the second lecture on unit number 6. And we know that unit number 6 is about the cloud platforms for IoT. And we are going to see different cloud platforms for IoT in this lecture. We'll be also seeing some of the measuring parameters, or I could say measuring metrics that are used to measure these platforms, how we are going to measure it. So one by one, we are going to see. First, we'll see the cloud platforms for IoT which are available. The survey on IoT cloud platforms is as, and we are going to see somewhat like 8 to 10 of the cloud platforms, whereas there are many cloud platforms that are being used by different websites, but some of them we are going to see one by one. First is a ThingWorx. It is one of the best to quickly develop and deploy smartly IoT solutions to build and deploy industrial projects and apps. So this could be the best IoT cloud platform for industrial projects and apps. The basic features of the ThingWorx provide easy connectivity for sensor and RFID. So it is one of the best in as far as the inputs are concerned. So that is, inputs are nothing but the sensors and RFID. So it provides a very easy connectivity. Also, it provides the features of working remotely after laying out the setup. Dashboard pre-built widgets are also available, so you can have the dashboards also. Most of the cloud platforms, you don't find you find the dashboards. So in this, the dashboards rebuilt widgets are also available. The advantages of ThingWorx are the web pages can be easily designed. The web pages can be easily designed with the help of the web pages can be easily designed with the help of the ThingWorx. The web pages can be easily designed for the customers by using ThingWorx. Then with ThingWorx, it is easy to manage devices. So the input devices as well as the output devices, it can easily manage it. Then the easy connectivity solutions is also one of the advantages of ThingWorx. Then second is the Microsoft Azure IoT suite. You can write in the Google Microsoft Azure, and you can see that the Amazon का जो site है, that uses this Microsoft Azure IoT suite. Azure is a cloud computing platform having cloud storage, machine learning, data analytics, provides a number of services to create IoT solutions, and host many web applications compiled in different programming languages such as PHP, Python, Java, etc. Also, this suite analyzes the untapped data to transform business. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स है कि क्या रहता है, कई बार बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आपको जो दिखाई देता है डेटा, that you can concentrate on that data, but there are some of the information which we said to be as an untapped data, और वो untapped data को एनालिसिस करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, लेकिन इन Microsoft Azure suite में वो आप कर सकते हैं easily, and that helps a lot in transforming the business. The feature includes rich integration with SAP, Salesforce, Oracle, WebShare. Real-time streaming of data is also available. Device registry and easy availability of dashboards and visualization. What are the advantages? It offers a third-party service, comparatively secured, ease of scalability, and supports multiple applications. Multiple applications is also possible with the help of Microsoft Azure IoT suite. Then third one is a Google Cloud for IoT platform, which is also called as a GCP. It provides one of the scalable and efficient IoT platforms which effortlessly store, process, and analyze the data for IoT solutions. This is also very important feature, that it effortlessly store the data, process the data, and analyze the data for IoT solutions, because that will help you to give the solutions for the IoT. Google support and provide platform for cloud and edge computing, which supports help you to enhance the scalability of your business. So obviously there is a Google support that is provided with the help of this platform, and that will help to enhance the scalability of your business. The primary focus of the Google Cloud's IoT platform is to make information accessible instantly and quick, so that the data is instantly available, and that helps for the IoT platform. Cost of using it is based as per minute payment, cheaper than Amazon Web Services. So I said the last time Azure is using the Amazon Web Services. So this is a little cheaper as compared to the Azure. The advantages is provides a huge storage in bulk, and it's cut server maintenance cost. AWS IoT platform. The service provided by the Amazon helps you to gather data and send it to the cloud and do the information analysis, thus provide the ability to manage the device. So this is the Amazon platform. This is Amazon AWS, which gathers the data, send it to the cloud, and do the information analysis. Hence, it is able to manage the devices. It offers an advantage of interacting with your application with the devices even if they go offline. This is the very good advantage. It actually helps you to also be connected even if you go offline. In most of the cases you find that if you're on the online, then you can have this platform, but as you go offline, you cannot connect with it. So if you want to get connected with the offline also, then AWS IoT platform is very important. The beauty of AWS system is that it automatically handles the detail such as load balancing, resource provisioning, scaling, and monitoring. So it does a lot of things like handling the details of load balance, resource provision, and scaling and monitoring. Features include device management, device shadow, authentication, and encryption and secure gateway of the devices. So these are some of the features of AWS IoT platform. We have done a survey on IoT cloud platforms. Then this is the fifth one, called as the Oracle IoT platform. They are real-time data analysis used mainly for manufacturing and logistic operations. Provides fast managing solutions and sending notifications directly to their devices. So Oracle IoT is one of the real-time data analysis, and that is useful for manufacturing and logistic operations. It also sends notification to the devices, on their devices. Whatever you're sending, that can be sent on a via notification. Then IBM Bluemix platform. This is also quite a famous cloud platform. It have provided an IoT-enabled cloud platform called as Bluemix platform for the fast development of cloud-based applications, taking benefits of data produced by sensors and devices. It supports various device manufacturers, but it can resolve several other cases also on the platform. Devices generate data which is sent to the cloud by the lightweight MQTT protocol. So this IBM Bluemix platform uses this lightweighted MQTT protocol. So devices that generates the data which is sent to the cloud, that with the help of light MQTT protocol. So we have seen this MQTT protocol. So in order to send the data on the cloud, we have been using MQTT and COAP protocol. So that we have already covered up. But IBM Bluemix uses these protocols. Beyond this, there are surveys on IoT platforms, various like IBM Watson IoT platform, then Cisco IoT cloud platforms, then Ka IoT platforms. ThingSpeak is also one of the very popular and famous IoT platforms, and GE Predicts platform. So this was about the platform. So how many platforms we have seen? That is ThingWorx, then Microsoft Azure IoT Suite, then Google Cloud IoT platforms, then AWS IoT platforms, Oracle IoT platforms, IBM Bluemix platform, seventh IBM Watson IoT cloud platform, Cisco IoT cloud platform, Ka IoT platform, ThinkSpeak IoT platform, and GE Predicts platform. So these are some of the surveys that has been carried out on IoT cloud platform. Next point will be performance metrics for cloud platform. Now, if you want to judge the performance of a cloud platform, as far as in IoT is concerned, then you need to have some kind of parameters. We need to have some kind of performance metrics. So how many performance metrics are there in order to check whether the cloud platform in the IoT are working well or not? So we are going to see some of the performance metrics. The first one is a service or system availability. This metric is the percentage of time that a service or a system is available. So जितना time आप दे सकते हैं, जितना time ये available है, availability system की is nothing but your service or system availability. It is the ratio of a time a system or a component is functional to the total time it is required or expected to the function. So the time that is being used by the system divided by the time expected. So time used divided by time expected is nothing but the system or service availability. So first of all, you have to calculate the percentage of time that is there in order to provide the system or service availability. And second is that the time that is the ratio of a system or a component divided by the expected time. Second one is a reliability. So reliability is nothing but mean time between फेलियर एंड मीन टाइम टू रिपेयर, यानी वक्त जो खराब हो गया है उसके और उसके रिपेयरिंग के बीच का जो वक्त है उसको हम रिलायबिलिटी बोल सकते हैं. इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंपोनेंट्स, रिलायबिलिटी ऑफ रिपेयरेबल कंपोनेंट्स इज एक्सप्रेस्ड एज combination of two parameters, that is mean time between the failures, that is MTBF, and mean time to repair, that is MTTR. So by analogy, MTBF and MTTR can be often used to measure the reliability of the cloud services. So इसके बीच का वक्त अगर मिल जाता है, that is mean time between the failures and mean time to repair, mean time between the failures and mean time to repair, if the ratio is calculated at that time, we can get the reliability. We can understand what is the reliability of a cloud platform in IoT. By analogy, if MTBF and MTTR can be, often are used to measure the reliability. Then the third one is a response time. It is defined as the time it takes for any workload to place a request for a work. It is defined as the time it takes for any workload to place a request for work on the virtual environment, and for virtual environment to complete the request is called as the response time. So it is defined as the time to take for any workload. जो वक्त दिया गया है workload के लिए to place a request for work on the virtual environment and to complete the request, यानी जो request भेजना और request complete करना, इसके बीच का जो टाइम है उसको हम response time ऐसा बोलते हैं. यानी कि मैंने ये टास्क दिया और वो टास्क कंप्लीट हो गया, पहले टास्क को रिक्वेस्ट भेजना ऑन वर्चुअल एनवायरनमेंट और इमीडिएटली उसको कंप्लीट करना उस रिक्वेस्ट को इज नथिंग बट द रिस्पांस टाइम. When the user base and data centers are located in different regions, the response time increases significantly. So when the user base and data centers are located in different regions, जो यूजर का बेस है और वो जो डेटा सेंटर है वो दोनों भी अगर डिफरेंट रीजन्स में है तो फिर रिस्पांस टाइम इंक्रीजेस सिग्निफिकेंटली. Response time gives a clear picture of the overall performance of the cloud. So this is very very important time. So mostly आपके response के ऊपर ही ये depend करता है. So that's why response time is very important performance matrix for cloud platforms in IoT. It is crucial as it has an impact on application performance and availability. So ये बहुत ज़्यादा impact डालता है mostly आपका परफॉर्मेंस चेक करने के लिए. दिस रिस्पांस टाइम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देन फोर्थ वन इज अ सिक्योरिटी. क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग सिक्योरिटी इज सेट ऑफ कंट्रोल बेस्ड टेक्नोलॉजी and policies designed to adhere to regularity compliance rules and protect information, data applications and infrastructure associated with the cloud computing use. सो जैसे ही क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म्स हम देखेंगे, सो उसमें जो डेटा रखा गया है उसका सिक्योरिटी इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फील. So security is nothing but cloud computing security, which in this term is. So in order to protect the information, data, applications, and infrastructure associated with the cloud computing use, the security has to be very, very strong. Then fifth parameter is throughput, that is we can say to be as a bandwidth. So throughput refers to the performance of a task by computing service or device over a specific period. So throughput refers to the performance of the task by computing service or device over a specific period. So performance of the task for that particular period. For transaction processing system, it is normally measured as transactions per second. But for system processing bulk data such as audio, video, servers, it is measured as a data rate, that is megabytes per second. Web server throughput is often expressed as number of supported users. And adequate throughput is important to ensure all applications run with the ऑप्टिमल एफिशिएंसी. सो इस थ्रोपुट को या बैंडविड्थ को एडिक्वेट होना जरूरी है, तभी सारे एप्लीकेशंस रन हो सकेंगे विद ऑप्टिमल एफिशिएंसी. सो नॉर्मली थ्रोपुट refers to the performance of the task by computing service or a device over a specific period. And second most important is adequate throughput is important to ensure that all the applications run with optimal efficiency. And sixth one is a capacity. Now, what is the capacity? Here in this case, the capacity is the size of the workload compared to the available infrastructure. जितना workload दिया है और उसके लिए लगने वाला infrastructure है, उस हिसाब से ही उसकी capacity निकाली जा सकती है. Capacity is important in order to balance supply and demand. Otherwise सब डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगा. If the capacity of the workload and the available infrastructure is not calculated, at that time the imbalance may happen between supply and demand. Then the sixth one is a scalability. It is the degree to which the service or system can support a defined growth scenario. Scalability refers to the ability to service a theoretical number of users. So कितने users को service दे पा रहे हैं, वो सिस्टम कितने यूजर्स को सर्विस दे पा रहा है, उसकी स्केलेबिलिटी. एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल्स हम ले सकते हैं कि जियो के कितने यूजर्स है और उन यूजर्स को वो सर्विस दे पा रहा है क्या, ये उसकी स्केलेबिलिटी डिफाइन करता है. यानी जियो इज प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज टू lakhs of users without any issue, at that time we can say that there is a good scalability for that service provider. The better an application scalability, the more users it can handle simultaneously. So जितने ज़्यादा users है, नहीं जितनी ज़्यादा उसकी scalability है, उतना वो ज़्यादा users को handle कर सकता है simultaneously. Then scalability is important to evaluate in order to determine whether a system can handle large number of application requests simultaneously. वही यानी कि ज़्यादा यूजर्स को हैंडल करने की कैपेसिटी, ज़्यादा यूजर्स को हैंडल और सर्विस देने की अगर क्षमता होगी, तो हम उसको बोल सकते हैं कि दैट इज स्केलेबल, दैट इज स्केलेबिलिटी. Then comes latency. This metric shows the time interval between submitting a packet and arrival at its destination. So sending a packet and reaching there. So the time interval between submitting a packet and reaching there to the destination is called as the latency. Latency greatly affects how usable and enjoyable devices and communications are. So obviously इसके बीच में अगर देरी हो गई, यानी हमने पैकेट यहाँ से भेजा है और वहां पर रिसीव होने में देरी हो गई, तो ऑब्वियसली आपका सर्विस प्रॉपरली नहीं दे पाएंगे. इसका मतलब कि अगर ये लैटेंसी अच्छी रही, देन यू कैन एंजॉय द कम्युनिकेशंस बिटवीन देम इजीली. अदरवाइज वो क्या हो जाएगा कि देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ डिले इन दैट. सो लैटेंसी इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज फार एज द डेटा receiving or transmitting or receiving is concerned. In addition, latency is the cloud environment In addition, latency in the cloud environment is less predictable and more complicated to measure. Obviously, in cloud environment, it is difficult to measure that when the packet is sent and when it is received on the other side or reached to the destination. Then comes the service and help desk. This is also important parameter. The metrics that tracks the time. This metrics tracks the time at which assistance is provided, which supports method are applied, and how many calls are received per week, as well as the duration of support instances. So all the information related with the calls, whether it is supported, whether it is received properly, and the duration of the instance support instance, these are all nothing but it is related with the service and help desk. This information is helpful in analyzing the performance of the system as well as providing the feedback. So obviously, when you're providing the service, you always take a feedback of that. And if the feedback received is good, that means the services provided is good. Otherwise, you can make changes in order to fulfill the customer's demand. That is what the services and help desk is about. Now, beyond this, there are few more performance metrics. One is the cost per customer. This measures how much it costs to deploy the cloud for each customer. So, कितना cost लगेगा deploy करने के लिए cloud को एक एक customer से. Then some of the parameters are bandwidth, then protocol, then system performance, redundancy and disaster recovery, hybrid cloud, solution lifetime, interoperability, and edge intelligence. So these are some of the 17 performance parametrics. So I have taken the best 9. A bandwidth you can also include in it. So rest you can study it from the syllabus. You can see it on the net also. It's been available. So most of the performance metrics for cloud platforms I have explained you. So once again, we'll revise a little bit. So we have seen a survey on IoT cloud platforms. This survey includes ThingWorx, Microsoft Azure IoT Suite, then Google Cloud IoT platform, which is also said to be a GCP, then AWS IoT platform for the Amazon, then Oracle IoT platform, then IBM Bluemix platform. This IBM Bluemix platform is mostly been for the fast development of cloud-based applications, and it uses the lightweight MQTT protocol. Then these are some of the more survey on IoT cloud platforms that includes the IBM Watson IoT platform, Cisco IoT cloud platform, Ka IoT cloud platform, ThingSpeak, GE Predix platform. Then these are some of the performance metrics for the cloud platform in IoT. One is a service system availability. Then second is reliability, that is the mean time between failure and mean time between time to repair. Then response time, security, throughput, that is bandwidth, capacity, scalability. So these are very two important. One is the capacity, which is defined as the size of the workload compared to the available infrastructure. Size of the workload compared to the available infrastructure. Capacity is important in order to balance supply and demand. Second is scalability, degree to which service or system can support a defined growth scenario. Scalability refers to the ability to service a theoretical number of users, and scalability is important to evaluate in order to determine whether a system can handle a large number of application requests simultaneously. Then latency, it is the time interval between submitting a packet and arrival at its destination. Service help desk, cost per customer. So this can be also calculated, the cost to deploy the cloud for each customer. Then rest are bandwidth, protocol, system performance, redundancy and disaster recovery, hybrid cloud, solution lifetime, interoperability, and edge intelligence. So these are some of the performance metrics. So should we take attendance? Yes. Should we take attendance? Roll number 1. Roll number 2.
Present, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll number 3. Roll number 4. 5. 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 7. 8. 9.
Sir, 8 present.
8 present. 9 is present. 10. 11.
Present, sir.
12. 13. 14.
Present, sir.
15. 16. 17. 18.
Present, sir.
19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25.
Yes, sir.
26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31.
Present, sir.
32. 33. 34.
सर डायरेक्ट 37 प्रेजेंट है
37. Okay. 38.
और डायरेक्ट देन 43 प्रेजेंट आई एम
Shubham is knowing everything. Okay. 44. 44. 45.
Yes, sir, present 44. 44.
44. 45 is there. 46 is there.
48 प्रेजेंट सर
48.
48 sir.
एंड देन 50 प्रेजेंट
Okay. 50.
देन
50.
52 देन 53
52. 53.
ओवर सर डन
Over. Okay. Okay.
ओवर
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shubham. 3, 5, 7, 9.
16, sir.
16 is also there.
Sir, 2.
2 is there. I've noted it too.
Okay, sir.
Okay.